something. Shh. We shouldn't be talking about this.
Oh, wait, is it my turn?
I was just about to say, whose turn is it? It's Lily's turn. Yeah, it was Lily.
Well, everyone, welcome back to We Shouldn't Be Talking About This, episode number 15.
We shouldn't be talking about this. That's our new intro, actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
It
our
has
new
to be
intro.
sung live each time by one of the three of us.
Only you got
So-
it.
Are you
Memorize that.
volunteering yourself?
You've been
Because it won't
voluntold.
be me.
You say that now.
It shall not be me.
You say that now.
I say that forever.
Speaking of which, you know how like everyone's always like, okay, I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people are always like, especially like before they start like having family and stuff, they're like, I'm never getting a minivan, or I'm never getting a, and stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm never buying a minivan. We're never gonna be minivan people. I saw this one minivan on the highway the other day, and it literally had a bumper sticker that said, "Never say never."
That's funny.
I thought it was funny,
Minivans
and then
are
it was
nice,
like,
though.
they are nice. I thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they are nice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would want one because I like an SUV, but yeah,
Yeah, I do too.
minivans are chill.
Noah, my boyfriend, complete opposite. He wants a minivan. He said, I can't wait to
Makes
have
sense.
a minivan.
He totally seems
Like
like a
yeah.
minivan guy.
Mhm.
I was like, you can be the one to have the minivan then.
Like, he should just drive one now, honestly.
Now,
No,
yeah,
really, you should. You're right.
he should.
It makes sense, yeah. Oh, that's
Speaking of boyfriends and partners and whatevers and whatnots.
funny. Whatever.
That's a good transition.
We're going to be talking about more ships today.
Yes.
Yes, the ships that sail in your life.
Or the ones on the sea, whichever one you want to
These
apply this
aren't on the
information
sea,
to.
unless
Wait, what?
what?
Is a joke. My bad.
Anyway,
Not funny.
it
It's been a
didn't
long
sail.
Huh?
It didn't sail.
Ah ha 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 ha.
That sank.
For everyone listening, it's been a long week, I think.
Like the Titanic. That was a shipwreck of an intro. Moving on to maybe some shipwrecks you have in your life, or shipwrecks you've had in your life. Relationships, partnerships with your cohabitator of your life that may have been brief or long.
Don't
Or
have to live together though.
No, just like that's why I said of your life, like just like
Yeah. Okay, got you. Sidetrack real quick though. I feel like I need to like watch these episodes and just simply watch Soljan's face like the entire time because literally makes even the wildest face.
It's funny.
But yes, we will talk about relationships because we talked about family relationships. So we'll move on to some other relationships we didn't get to talk about. What
The
do we-
love kind,
the
because
love.
Valentine's Day is coming up.
Boo.
Ooh.
it's
Why are
a
we
corporate
doing-
celebrated holiday. Let's be
Exactly. It's
like-
so dumb. It's like,
Oh,
it
here's
is.
the one day of the
Day
year that
you
I
should, like-
celebrate my partner.
yeah.
Should buy him flowers and chocolate and take him out to eat.
Hello? Any day of the week? That. Every day of the
Appreciate
week?
me every
Yeah.
day. Every day.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with doing something on Valentine's Day, like if you want to make a date out of it, but like to go out and like buy a card and like a gift bag and like
Yeah.
all of that, that's gonna be overpriced just
Too
for
much.
companies to make
for
money.
that.
Is just a little like if you don't buy your person flowers because maybe they don't like flowers or something, it's not the day to start buying the flowers.
No.
Like
Not at all.
it's just
I don't understand flowers. I don't get it. They just die.
Die.
They do. Man.
You just spent on the low end like $15
Mm-hmm.
for something that'll die in 3 days.
Yeah.
Facts.
Man.
Facts.
They could have stayed alive so much longer if you left them in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true.
That's true. You know, I really don't know. I guess I can understand like having it around your house and stuff. But then you should just get plants.
Yeah, I agree. And like, if you think about it, I get like the whole point of giving people flowers is because like they're pretty, but like the symbolism of it, if you really get down, because like we talked about that last time, like finding the symbolism and everything, you're taking something that was alive and thriving and beautiful in your eyes, and you literally kill it and give it to the person you love.
Yeah.
Maybe it's supposed to be symbolic, saying, I would kill the prettiest thing on earth for you.
Wow.
That's dark.
That's very dark.
That's creepy.
And that's it, you know?
That's
And you
it.
move
That's
on.
it. That's it. But then that's when the forever flower thing became a thing.
That's
Yeah.
true. Can we
It's-
also point out that the bees need the flowers and we need the bees? So leave the flowers for the bees. Appreciate them from afar. Don't let them die in your house.
Oh, the flowers, not the
Yeah, the
bees.
flowers.
Not the bees.
And the bees. Actually, both. Appreciate them from afar. Don't let them die in your house.
Yeah. From very far away. As far as possible.
Yes. Where Fiona
Gosh. You're so dramatic.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it dramatic and more just trauma.
Ooh.
From
Wasn't it like once?
what?
Getting stung by a bee?
Yes.
Once?
I was stung by a bee.
Once.
And my entire leg
Once.
swelled up.
Once.
My
It was your
entire
leg. It
leg
wasn't even like
swelled
your
up.
eye or like your mouth or something like
Or your
that
throat?
would be more traumatizing when you look in the mirror.
No, but it's not even that. Okay. You have to remind yourself that I realized I was allergic to bees that day. But then the
Wait, you
real
did?
trauma came.
No, I thought it was the grass. Are you sure?
It wasn't the air.
The real trauma came when I watched our father run into the house panting and collapse on the stairs, and then our mom take an EpiPen and stab him in the leg. Freaked me out, and I was
It
like,
was like an action movie.
And yet, who's
That
the one
could
who
be me.
decided to go into the medical field?
no, it's not the EpiPen that scared me. It's the fact that could be me if I am that allergic.
Yeah.
If I am allergic to bees, like the thought is just scary.
That you could be
It was
running
also,
into the
like,
house and yelling at
7 at
Suki
the
to
time.
grab your EpiPen and like, I don't know what to do, bro.
Suki.
You don't even have an EpiPen.
And he would just
No.
look at me like, I don't have an EpiPen, no.
No. So you just
Clearly, they decided it wasn't severe enough.
you'd be like the flowers that
Okay.
people cut and bring inside. Unconscious.
Oh,
For
I was going with dead.
Dead?
That's why I said unconscious for life. If I'd really finished. Unalive.
Anyway, so
Not
it's
funny
just
for all those who have had that kind of trauma. Actual trauma. to you.
Yeah.
I realize it's slightly irrational, but I can't. What do you want me to do about it? It's like people
It's
who
okay.
are afraid of the dark.
I
Like-
don't think it's that they're afraid of the dark. It's more that they're afraid of what they can't see in the dark.
Yeah, but there's literally people who, if you had the lights on and then you turn the lights off after they'd seen exactly what's in the room, they'd
We're
still
not
be
including children.
scared. Yes, real people, like adults.
Okay.
Real people.
Children are not real people.
But, like, most people you're rationally afraid of their basement.
That's
Most
what
people
most
are.
Because you don't know
are
what's
involved
down
around the
there.
basement.
What's down
You don't
there?
go down there every day. You
Mm-mm.
don't know what's
in
down
your
there.
basement.
You
You
don't know
know
that.
there's not some creepy monster. Like, what are you actually afraid of in your
It's a
basement?
monster. It's more like walking into a cobweb
Really?
or something.
That's what you're scared
You
of?
haven't gone into like one area
Mice.
long enough where like all
Dead
the
mice.
Mice?
and mice.
Wait, this is what you guys are scared of?
No, it's for
Not
me. It's the
scared
cobweb.
of. It's more of like knowing
I want
that
to
if it's
avoid.
there, I'm the one who has to clean it up.
Yeah, and for me, it's the cobweb thing because in my head there's a spider on the cobweb, and so I'm walking
There's that
into it.
too.
It's getting in my hair, and now where's the spider?
I didn't
not
know
me.
this is why people were
This is
scared
thought
to go in their
process.
basement.
No, this is why we're scared to go in the
I'm
basement.
not
We're not looping other
scared
people
to go
in.
in the basement. I would just prefer not to.
But
There's that
what I'm
too.
saying is my fear of the basement is because in my mind I'm like, what if some creepy person found a way into my house without me knowing and they're hiding out in my basement?
There's that too.
And I go down there and they stab me to death and no one will know because no one ever goes in the basement.
There is that.
But people do go in the
that.
basement.
Lots of people go in the basement.
Not
See,
often
at
enough,
mom and dad's
boy.
house, it makes sense though, because there's literally double doors
The door down there.
that enter into the basement.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
true.
makes sense because someone could have broken in.
But there's
and you
almost
don't know
always
what's
even
down
just
there.
like a little window.
There has to.
And people
Yeah,
can
there
fit
has to be
in
a
That's
that.
a
window.
requirement.
Yeah, but like, okay, for at least for me, I walk down my steps and it's right there on my steps. I know if someone got in or not.
Unless they close the window.
I also have a security alarm on that window.
I'm just saying.
Unless
They found a way.
they stop you.
Activated it.
Exactly. You never know. All I'm saying is you never know.
That's true. You don't know. Anyhow, going
But I think
back
I feel that way
on-
more
oh,
when
okay.
people aren't home.
Yes,
You know,
it's when
like a
no
random
one's
noise
around to hear you
happens.
yell help.
Okay,
Wait,
so life for me all the time? Question mark?
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why
That's
I have
okay.
dogs.
Suki can protect
It's
you.
chill. Yeah,
Yeah. You better.
that's a lot of pressure to put on him. You don't want to give him anxiety.
He just killed a possum. I think he can protect me. It's a big possum, I'm telling you.
Mhm.
A person,
I'm telling you, this possum was like this
a
big guy.
fully grown person.
It was like this big.
I'm sorry, are you that big?
Fully
But
grown
what
person.
is
What I'm saying is, I know he has the instinct in him,
Mhm.
so he can do it.
That prey drive.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Predator.
Mhm. Yeah,
Praise the
but
other.
it's okay.
I'm the one that gets killed, Jasmine.
That's why I was a little
It's
confused,
the
but I was
baby.
just gonna move on.
Just a little baby.
Who's the little baby?
It's little Suki.
Suki?
He's just little.
He's an old man. He's 6 years old, bro.
He's a whole man.
But old. Wow.
Old man. He's a whole old man.
Old
Well,
man.
Shiloh's a whole 13 years old now.
Yeah,
So.
he's extra
Crazy.
old.
My dogs are just puppies. Okay, one of them's just a puppy. Tina's an adult. She's about to be 6 too in March. Believe that?
Why don't any of our dogs act their age?
I have a reason for mine because I don't.
Huh?
Like
Oh.
mother, like children. Okay.
We have veered sorely off
So
topic
far.
again.
Ships.
Ships.
And so the sinking ships. The
Romantic ones.
The ones of the loving variety.
Anyhow. So how long Okay, because like you know how there's like that statistic is like after 3 months, that's like how long most relationships last because no one can like hide who they truly are after 3 months or whatever, and it's just like that's when like you truly know who you're dating, and then you figure out if you like them or not.
No.
I know that the 3 months is like where it's like
Pure
that
bliss.
when
Your
it's like the
honeymoon.
honeymoon phase, and once you move out of
And I
that,
thought
that's
that was
when you
6 months.
yeah, it can be anyway. It can be like 3 to 6 months for some couples, but
Anyhow,
it can be longer too. It can be shorter. Depends on the
That's
people, I guess, in the relationship.
true. That's true.
But you were saying.
But as I was saying, actually, I don't think there was much to say on that, but I have something else to say. So you know how, you know how we said with like the friendships and stuff like that, it's like the childhood friendships are very romanticized.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same for high school sweethearts. It's very romanticized. Like, let's be honest, you met someone in high school when they were an adolescent, according to Tegan, not even a full person. And then you want to go through and like don't get me wrong, like you all do everyone does all this growing like in the next decade after like from high school, right? Like you change so much, and you're trying to tell me getting married right after high school is the right thing for you when you don't even know who you are as an adult yet, and then you want to add children to that.
I feel like we went into two totally. There's two things you just like. Which one do you want to start with, Judge? You want to talk about the romanticizing of high school sweethearts, or okay?
Yeah, let's start there.
I think romantic relationships in general are romanticized. I mean, you watch these Hallmark movies where these people meet in such perfect environments and coincidences, and they're like, "That could be me someday." And it's not. The reality of it is you're more likely not going to meet your person like that at all. And then you fall in love, and it's the perfect person for you. No, it just doesn't happen. I feel like it's all very romanticized, and I feel like that actually hurts people because you have an expectation of what your relationship should be going into it because of what you see in movies or read in books or whatever, right?
That's true. Please note you didn't say TV shows because TV shows have the opportunity to make things take forever for people to get together.
Yeah.
But yes,
It can still be very unrealistic, but
it can be.
But like I feel like then you go in with those expectations, and then when it's not going the way you see it happening in Hollywood or whatever, then it's like, oh, this isn't my person. This isn't gonna work.
That's true. And I feel like people do get on that, like based off what they see in movies, reading books, even seeing TV shows and stuff like that. It's like, or even like on tabloids and things, it's like, oh, it's these perfect relationships. And it's like, I'm not finding my person, and then that can cause like a sort of depression, or like even just this mindset that people get. It's like, well, I'm never finding anybody. Like, why even try? Or like, am I not good enough? And everyone starts turning it on themselves. Like, am I not good enough for other people? Like, do I need to change? Maybe you do have to change in some ways. Maybe there are some things that you need to work through in therapy. But but it's just like, my other thing is just like everyone tells you like there's so many fish in the sea. Well, you have to include the fact that it's the whole world. You're talking about like the 8 billion people on Earth, and most of these people are going off of maybe like a small little 100-mile radius type of deal, where that's all they do. That's the only places they go. They go home, they go to work, and then they maybe go to the grocery store. You're not seeing anybody then. Like, you're not putting yourself out there. So, back on what we had said before, traveling. Every young person should be required to travel. That's how you can meet people. But yeah, anyhow.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do more than just travel. Like, you actually have to also put yourself out there. You could travel all you want and still be completely isolated.
That's true.
But, I mean, you have to be willing to put yourself out there, I guess. I don't know. It's. I just feel like it's mostly just like dating apps now. Like people don't really like you don't really hear people meeting in person very much anymore.
Mm-mm.
Because I think people are like their expectations are if you're like single and available and open to dating someone, you're going to be on a dating app looking for someone. So I'm not going to try to pursue you in person.
Yeah, that's
If that
true.
makes
Plus,
sense.
like, you don't know if someone's dating someone, like, when you're face to face, and people are sensitive and they don't like rejection. And I feel like there's also there's even just like this stigma too, which I mean, like with women, like you can't say no kind of thing. Like you have to give an excuse. It's like if someone did approach you and asked you out, you can't just be like, "Oh no, but thanks." Like not interested in you. Like you almost have to like make up an excuse. You have to just like be like, "Oh, I already have a boyfriend," or "Oh, like I, what?" Like you just like make anything up, or like, "Oh, I just got out of something really serious. I'm not ready yet." Like you have to give them like this whole story rather than just saying no, because otherwise they're like, "Well, why? Why no? Are you sure no?" It's like almost like for them, no means like keep trying, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
dude, no meant no.
You can just say. I think people should know you can just say no. Most men will not take that as the final answer, but they're not entitled to your
Anything.
explanation.
No.
So, like, if someone's asking you, like, why not? You just be like, no, thank you.
Nope.
Goodbye.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
stand your ground.
True. Okay, another thing I want to address about relationships. So, mainly heterosexual relationships are that I feel as we all strive for equality in life, I don't think it should just be like assumed, especially like first date, second dates, third date, stuff like that, like early in on the relationship, that the guy always pays for everything. I think there can be some equity in this because, especially because, like, when it's like the first few dates, like, you don't even know if this is gonna be serious. You don't even know if you like the person. Why should one pay for the other? When it might not pan out. Not saying that, like, whatever. Anyhow, but like, I don't know.
No, I agree. I feel like it's moved away from that a lot now. I feel like most people don't go into a first date expecting the man
Someone
to
else to
pay
pay. Yeah. Okay.
the whole bill. I know I didn't when I was dating, and like I don't know. I guess like that just makes sense in my mind. Like you're not committed to the other person yet. You're both feeling each other out,
Yeah.
and like to put that expectation on someone, especially knowing that that person's probably also dating or other people, and so then they're sitting there paying for a whole bunch of people's meals for literally what? No reason at all. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think more people have said like now it's like if like coming from men will be like if I ask the girl out then I'll pay, but if she's the one asking me out then we either like you pay for yourself and I pay for myself or you pay the bill. And it's
But
like
that almost like seems like he's assuming that she didn't even want to go out in the first place. That she's almost kind of being dragged along and like, I'm not gonna like.
Not necessarily. Maybe just a courtesy. Like I was the one who expressed interest first, and so I'm gonna.
Well, it's also just it tends to be like if you're the person asking them out, you're like, oh, this is where we're gonna go. And so if you're choosing a more fancy high-end restaurant, they may not be able to afford that.
Yeah, if you're doing that,
that's a good point.
100%. Then that person.
Whereas if you're like, we're going to McDonald's on our first date, that's a little bit weird. But like, if you're down,
maybe you both love McDonald's.
Yeah, maybe they do.
Oh, they don't have fries.
But I feel like at that point
you're
going to such a cheap place that you can pay for both of you. Like,
There's that too.
I mean, at that point, you probably could find enough money on the street, like walking into the
exactly.
restaurant to to
So
pay
yes,
for
I don't
it.
know. It depends on like the person and all that, because I know that some men are more like, it's just how I was raised, like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it is kind of like
Yeah.
that whole first impression thing. I mean,
Yeah.
some women, to get ready for a date, they spend 3+ hours,
Right.
whereas a man's never
spend-
gonna spend that long.
Right. And
And a
women
woman is
spend
spending so
buttloads
much
on
money on the
makeup and
dress, the heels,
hair
the
care.
the
Yeah.
bag,
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
nails, whatever it may be, that it is kind of like, okay, if you pay for my dinner, like, I kind of appreciate
Yeah.
that because I've
Yeah.
put in all this work and effort,
Right.
like,
Right. Exactly.
to be my best,
Yeah.
or my image of my best, or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think like in my mind, what I did was like I went into it with the expectation that we were gonna pay separately, but was open to the other person paying if they offered. Like it was like, okay, if they want to do that, then they can do that. Like I'm not gonna tell them no, because again, some people. One, I'm poor.
She's like, I don't have a job, so my wallet's empty. I did bring it, but it's empty.
But also, like Sully was saying, like sometimes that's just how guys are taught growing up, like how they should treat women, and to them, it's like feels wrong if they don't do it, or they could even take that as an offense too. If like
Yeah.
they're like, no, like
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good
I
point.
mean, a little weird if they take that offensively. Maybe a red flag, but you know, some people are colorblind, and that's okay.
Yes. Men literally.
Red, green, colorblind, especially.
Yep.
Okay, if you guys were to have boys, would you raise them like that then?
Yes.
Like what? To
You
pay?
pay for the first date, you open her
Yeah.
car door,
To
you
make
pick
them
her
pay.
up,
yes. Yeah, I think
you
so.
meet her parents first. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's
I-
just an aspect of like respect
Mhm.
and showing that you truly mean it,
Mhm.
because otherwise it just seems like you're doing it to do it, and it's like, no, who do you think you are?
Yeah. I think also like when you're younger, like in high school and stuff, it also shows that you're mature and you're taking it seriously. Like it's not just like someone you want to like mess around with. Like you're genuinely serious about this person and getting to know them and possibly having a relationship with them.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah. I mean, it's also the fact that like in high school, the only places you're hanging out are either of your parents' houses. So
Probably.
so you don't really have any way around it, but yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But yeah, I guess like once you're older, it's a little different in
Mhm.
terms, especially in terms of like meeting the other person's family. Like usually you'll wait a little bit if
Yeah.
you're like
So you think it's
wanting
going to be a serious relationship?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because at that point you're probably at the point where you're like, I want to be in a relationship and with the intention of maybe getting married or whatever, and so you might be dating multiple people, and to bring each of them to your family is kind of
Yeah.
a little much.
Okay, that's a great point though on relationships. Like I feel like that for a lot of people is like the goal at the end of a relationship, right? It's to get married, you know? But like, I don't know. I feel like that's like a misconception because marriage is just, yeah, it's just a step, I guess. I don't even think it's a step. I just think it's like a lateral move. Like you're telling the government we're together financially. That's like literally it. And then if you want to go separate ways, you have to tell the government we're no longer linked financially. Can you help us split our money? Like
But it's
that's
not just financial though. I mean, it's medical. I mean, now that person is the person. If you are no like not decisional or something, like that person's gonna be making your medical decision.
but you don't even have to be married for that.
You do. Most places you have to be legally married, otherwise it goes to family members first.
you don't have to be married. You can just like claim a life partner or whatever. It's like a commitment. Like,
Okay, you still have to fill a form though for the government.
yes,
Okay. So I mean, it's kind of the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing, basically.
kind of.
You're basically saying they're your spouse
Your
within
life
medical
partner, whether
reasons.
you want to call them
Yes,
your spouse
true. That's
or
true.
whatever. Like, I mean, you have to fill out a form to be able to have that luxury. Essentially, you can't just
Yeah,
date someone and they would allow
yeah.
that. They wouldn't allow that. Yeah.
I mean, unless you like specified it in your will or something. But yes,
You'd be dead at that point.
But you'd be
when
dead.
it becomes.
There'd be no
I mean, like you can
decision-making
appoint a
yes.
whatever it is called, a power of attorney or whatever
Attorney.
for
Yeah.
healthcare, so you can do that. But again, it's still just another form. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can get married and not have the whole big ceremony and just go to
Yeah.
the courthouse and do that. I mean, like
Mhm.
it just all is how you want to do it. But yes, I guess going back to what your point was, is it shouldn't be an end
Mhm.
goal in a relationship because it's not.
Yeah.
Because
No,
once you get
It's
married,
just the
you're
beginning of a
there's-
new
it's
chapter.
exactly
just the beginning. Yes, you're.
so poetic.
Yes, you might be moving on to book 2, but you're still in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But yes, I agree. I think a lot of people look at it as like the ultimate goal in a relationship, and then it's almost like once you get married, then it's like, now what? And I think
Yeah.
that's where people get their issues when I'm speaking on speculation as I'm not married, but I can imagine that's where issues would come in play
Yeah.
when you
I mean, but like when you think about it, it makes sense because in most people's minds, their idea is the fact that in this relationship, my goal is to get married in it, and you're almost like working towards that. So it's like
Yeah.
every step, like, okay, we have to solve this problem because I do want to be married to them, and that's something we're working
Yeah.
towards. And then now you're married, and it's like, okay, well, we just did this little hurdle. We worked through all this stuff so that we could get married. Now we're married, and now what's next?
Right.
And
Right.
so it's like, I mean, again, and then like I guess for most people, yes, like kids are in the next chapter or the next book or whatever with that analogy. But I feel like that's not always a reason for people to stay together, and that's not always a reason to, I don't know, continue to try and keep working with your partner because they can add more stress to you, right? And so I don't know. I feel like I guess that is where like things
You
go
lost me for a hot second. Are you talking about after you get married or before you get married?
after.
Oh, now you're talking about divorce.
Yeah, I mean, not even, not necessarily even divorce, just like, I don't know,
If your
emotionless
partner is causing
marriages.
you stress, I think it's
No, kids cause a marriage stress.
Oh, well, obviously. I think that's the thing. It's like people get married and then they expect all those issues that they had before they got married to go away or to never have issues
Yeah.
like that again. And that's simply not true because just as you've grown since you started dating someone, you're going to continue to grow through your entire life. And the person you're with is also going to grow and you're going to go through different stages and stuff like that and have kids maybe, or even pets could probably cause some stress in a relationship, or moving, buying a house, changing
Any
jobs,
responsibility.
literally anything. It's because you're going to have stress in life. That's also going to put stress on your marriage.
Mhm.
on your relationships.
On your relationships in
relationships.
general, yeah.
On your ships.
On your ships. Don't let
Which is
them
why you
sink.
gotta make
You might
sure.
have a few cracks in your
Yeah.
boards, but you just
And
gotta
then you
work
just gotta
to patch
replace
them up.
them.
Yes, you do. And if you have a shipwreck, it's not the end. I promise. That's why there's search and rescue. AKA counseling.
You can always rebuild a ship.
You can
can.
rebuild the ship. Yes.
Yes, be like Noah, build an ark that can hold the world and sustain the damage of a flood. The world's
Yeah, it
animals.
didn't hold
okay?
the
That was-
world, but
Yeah.
it was the world's
I guess I knew what
animals.
you were talking about. I was debating whether or not to say something.
Well, Stoli did. Stoli
She-
didn't have a debate.
How do you know?
Because it
Maybe
was
it was
too
very
fast.
quick in her head, and she said, "No, this needs to be said."
No, I could feel it.
it was just more like in no way did it hold the world.
No, because it was on the world.
It was just like one family line
Yeah, one family, but pairs
and
of
a
every
pair
single
of
animal.
every animal.
Which, if you think about it, it was just a pair of humans, and then yes, they're kids, but that's just another pair of a mammal.
Their kids
What?
and their kids' spouses, I think, were there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You think
So a
ants
few
were on
pairs.
there?
some ants.
Yeah,
They're insects.
I know, but like they're still here today. So,
Mm-hmm.
or do you think they survived a 40-day flood?
Mm-hmm.
No, because they drown. Otherwise, I mean, like, and if you're only leaving 2 of them, otherwise, if you just did a whole bunch of them, they could just make their own little raft, you know? I don't know if they could have survived a 40-day flood.
So you're telling me God intentionally saved mosquitoes?
No,
Well,
those
they
little
can fly.
suckers just laid their eggs in the water, and then those little suckers hatched.
Wait, actually. Ugh.
Those little serpents survived.
But also, yes, because they are needed.
For what?
For who?
Spiders and stuff, you know?
Do you know spiders have flies? Spiders have dragonflies. Spiders have, unfortunately, bees. Spiders have literally everything else.
Spiders have
just
other
saying.
forms of food.
Spiders have gnats.
I would be okay without.
Mosquitoes.
I'm
Also,
sure
like, what are the point
mosquitoes
of
do
fruit
something.
flies? And you
I
know
don't
what?
know.
This is going
They
way
have
off
a really
topic.
short lifespan, like a 1-day lifespan, or like
That's
something
crazy.
really short. Like it's like
It is
3
very
days
short.
or something. I don't know.
It's very short.
That's insane.
But they mate like crazy.
Yeah,
Well, obviously, they'd have
they're
to
gonna
then.
be alive for so
Can you
long.
imagine being born and creating
dying the next
offspring and
day.
dying all within the span of a couple days?
Well, don't you remember in like A Bug's Life that one scene where it's like the fly like gave birth or something, or they had a little baby and then like it flashes it back over to them, and all of a sudden it's an adult and like graduating or something, and then
Yeah.
flashes back and now it's like a little old man. And then
Yeah. I do remember that.
yeah.
Have you not seen that movie, Sully?
No, I have.
Oh,
That's about to be awkward.
your memory
Just
is
not
not
for a while.
recalling the scene.
I'm not old.
Nor are we. You're not as old as we are. We are
You're
still
almost
young.
a quarter of a century old.
Well, at least I'm not over a quarter of a century. Ouch! Sizzle
No.
and burn.
It doesn't even hurt me anymore.
That's good.
Is what she
You
says.
can't
but
feel
on the
pain?
inside, she's feeling it.
We're gonna be done. She's gonna go cry.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's the first thing I'm gonna do.
That's what
Go
you do
grab my
every
tissue
time.
box.
Yeah, you have a designated tissue box.
You don't have
Yeah.
tissues.
What?
Who was it that Jasmine doesn't have tissues?
I have tissues.
I have
Who was
tissues.
it that said, I realized tissues are just not important. You can just use toilet paper and it's cheaper.
Dad.
Oh,
Dad
I've
said
said that.
Oh,
See? It was Tegan.
I've said that. I
That's
do
all.
happen to have a box that has just been sitting in my closet for a really long time. But I mean, it's like, what is the point? I mean, you can just use toilet paper.
Yeah, use toilet paper to wipe your tears. Maybe you're on the toilet while you're at it. You can just wipe your butt too. Oh my gosh, you know there's people who will wipe their dogs' butts?
Okay,
You'll
I feel like
never
with
catch
some
me doing
breeds, I think you have to. Otherwise, like you get stuck, like almost like what's like Rashina, like when her hair grows out, you almost like have to wipe her butt if it's not shaved.
No, you don't have to wipe her butt. You just have to go cut her hairs around her butt.
I guess.
See? Exactly. But no, I mean some people will genuinely wipe their dogs' butts, even if it's like not like hairy or anything. They just wipe their dog's butt.
Maybe
No.
they just don't like the thought
Absolutely
of
not.
a butt that just pooped and wasn't wiped sitting on their couches.
But this is getting way too deep. But like, dogs don't have butt cheeks like humans do. There's nothing for the poop to get stuck in, really, other than
the little
possibly hair
crevices
if
in
they
their
have.
penis.
Of their booty. Their booty
Usually,
hole.
it like
It punches up and up.
Like cinches the end of the poop.
Like I feel like I'm unless
Maybe
like
it's their anal glands that they're really trying to activate.
What?
The dog's anal glands.
what are we
Get
talking
them-
about? Activate though.
Like get them
Holy
to like
Spirit, activate.
squirt it out. Maybe they're just trying to express their dog's anal glands.
By
Oh,
wiping their
express.
butt?
Yeah, I don't think that does it, does it?
I feel
you
like
have
you
to,
gotta
You
really
have to
like.
like pinch it. Yeah. Yes, Tegan.
I will never get
Double-handed.
that massage. The butt.
But yes. Anyhow, what were we talking about before we got on dogs' butts?
I have no idea now.
Toilet
What were
paper?
we talking- Toilet paper.
Toilet paper,
Crying,
she's gonna
old
cry,
people. We're
aging.
old.
Old. The fly.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about the fly. What was before that? do we get
Mosquitoes.
on
Animals,
Noah's
Noah's
Ark.
Ark.
Noah's Ark. Oh yes, because
Boats,
shipwrecks. Because I
shipwreck.
said some
Shipwreck.
people may have shipwrecks in their lives, and
Wow.
yes,
we made,
okay,
we made it back to the.
we did. We made it back. We made it back. You're welcome, listeners or listener.
You know that one game show that's like, is it Chain Reaction?
Yes.
That
Yes.
is a game show. How do you know this is the one she's talking about, though?
Yeah,
Because
because
she's
I'm
talking
saying
about like
like
the yeah.
you get from shipwreck to dog.
Oh,
butt.
okay.
And it's like, how do you get there?
How do you
And,
get
like,
there?
it's like,
Boom, we can tell
yeah.
you how you get there.
Yeah, you get there.
Oh man,
And give you the map.
we figured it out though. We
did.
found our way back to the main path.
And you can find treasure in their booties.
Booty, 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 booty.
Because she said I can give you a map. You can find
Oh.
treasure in their booties.
Assuming that's what's
You know-
on the map that you're
No,
looking
I
for.
got you.
Booty.
Yep. No, I got you.
Like the popcorn?
Popcorn?
Yeah, there's a popcorn called Pirate's Booty.
Oh, yes,
It's like
there
a white
is.
cheddar popcorn. But it's
Ugh,
not like
that's
popcorn.
why I don't know
Wait,
it.
it's not popcorn. It's like corn poofs? Corn puffs?
Corn puffs.
Oh.
Corn puffs.
That's what I said.
You
No,
said
I like
poofs.
poofs better.
Yeah, I said corn poofs. Puffs? Corn
White
puffs?
cheddar flavored anything,
Corn
especially
puffs.
chips, popcorn, puffy little things.
Chips? White
Chips.
cheddar
There's
chips?
white cheddar chips. Yes. Cheetos, whatever you name it. Disgusting. Don't eat those.
Julie
Disgusting.
noted
You
Tegan.
like those? You are a special brand of.
You want to know what? The people who like white cheddar, I bet are the people who like white chocolate.
Oh, yes.
The white people.
The palm colors of the universe.
You know, this made me think. Yesterday, I was telling Noah that I don't know how we got on the topic, but like white people and not seasoning things, right? And he was trying to say that I was being racist, and I was like, no, I'm not saying all white people can't season their food, but when it's unseasoned food, it's white people because every other culture knows how to use some form of
sort
seasoning in their food. So when it's unseasoned, it's a white person. Doesn't mean not
That's
every, like there are white people who know how to season their food perfectly well.
That's facts. Like literally, you can just look at each country, and there's one where you white people came from. Where
Continent?
where
I was like, well, one country.
they immigrated from.
You mean
I'm thinking of like the Brits, like they,
okay,
they established the colonies.
Europe.
Yes. Or they don't season anything.
Yeah.
Because they have their beans on toast. What do you mean? That's
Yeah.
good enough.
And they're, what is
Yeah.
that? Vegemite or whatever?
Yeah. No, that's
Australia.
Australia.
Australia?
Not Austria. Australia. I just forgot
That
the L.
stuff's
They
disgusting.
also have like fairy bread, which is where they just like,
Yeah!
put butter on toast.
Butter and
with
sprinkles on toast.
But you know,
Oh.
in like Europe or in Britain, I don't know, they call sprinkles hundreds and thousands.
Yes, I did know that. Which is just such a long name.
It is. Sprinkles makes so much more sense because you
Once you just
sprinkle it.
sprinkle it on. Yeah. I guess you can sprinkle a lot of things, but
But it's like the same with like whipped cream or something like that. Like that comes in a can. Like they have a different name for it. Yeah, I don't know,
What
man.
else do you call it?
I don't remember.
Cream of whip?
shake cream.
Oh my goodness, though. Cool Whip.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
bro,
What?
Oh.
it busts so hard when like.
That's not where I thought that was going.
No. Eggo waffle, Cool
Oh.
Whip,
Ooh.
maple syrup.
You're right. I'm not even a fan of Cool Whip, but the moment you do that combo,
Cream.
It was like
It's
eating
good.
an ice cream sandwich for
Yup.
breakfast. Like I
Yup.
couldn't explain it,
Yep.
It's yes.
but oh, so good.
It
That
is so
is
good.
the stuff.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Toaster strudels. Oh,
Yo!
Strudels,
Toaster
yeah.
strudels are so good.
They are good.
Oh my gosh.
And the frosting,
Yes.
bro, half of it would get on the toaster strudel, half of it would go in my mouth.
in my mouth.
Yes.
In my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I literally missed. Do they still sell those?
Yeah.
No doubt. No
I
doubt.
need to get some because I was just thinking about it the other day and I was like,
They're good. They're buttery. They're flaky. They're filled with deliciousness.
and the best part is you can have savory, you can have sweet. Like,
Mm.
You could just stack them together, savory and sweet.
oh my gosh.
You know who's
Don't.
never done a sweet? Hot Pockets.
That's
Hot
good.
Pockets has
They
never done
could.
sweet.
They could almost do like a pie version.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
kind of
don't.
like McDonald's.
Yeah, kind of.
Hmm.
They could do a pie version. They could do.
Honestly, they could even do like a churro kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like if it was like stuffed with like a cream cheese or something, or even caramel.
Ooh, a stuffed cookie. A brownie?
Oh. Now we're talking.
Let's write an email.
Yeah. We need this.
Yes. Yes. Anyhow, to get back on to relationships.
Oh yeah, because we
Still
made
love
it back to the
variety.
main road and then we
Yes. And we lost it again. Right. Okay. So
Right.
now that we've kind of talked about in the relationship, getting into the relationship, what about
Getting
the
out of the
end
relationship.
of the relationships? Yes.
Messy.
Very messy.
Always
They
so
can be.
messy.
Now, note, and I think we all agree on this, exes can't be friends.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Just doesn't
You're-
make sense to
it-
me.
No. Because if you can be friends, then you probably could have made your relationship work.
Yeah. My only exception is if you guys were best friends and then you were like, maybe you want a trial date and you like date for like a couple weeks and you guys are like, this is not it.
Yeah. Then you can laugh about it.
That is fine.
Yes.
But I'm saying if you actually cared about the person in a romantic way and you loved them,
Yeah.
Can't be done.
No, it doesn't work.
Just doesn't make sense. It's like, huh?
right. Move on.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes.
Mm. Yeah. I don't think any of us are friends with our exes. So.
Don't need to be.
No
They're
siree.
an ex for a reason.
Literally.
Yup.
Like,
But
they
yeah.
probably did something wrong, something that hurt you. Why are you trying to be, like...
Exactly.
Yeah. Why are you trying to
Like,
trying to bring
even
that
if
back
it's a
in?
mutual, like, ending to the relationship, I still feel like...
If they don't need to be in your life, they shouldn't be in your life.
Exactly.
Like, you don't share a child together, good. Cut
Yeah.
and run.
No, actually, though, so true. I mean, I guess you should probably stay amicable if you have children.
Bro, that's like... There's one couple that, like, was doing, like, house fixing houses or whatever. And then,
Yeah.
like, they got divorced,
But
and
then
now
they
they
stayed
have
on the
a
show
show
together.
again, and it's him with his current wife versus, like, his ex-wife,
Oh, that's weird.
and how well they can flip a house and like, they're competing against one another. And bro, when I
Oh,
tell you,
no.
these people, these two women look too much alike.
It was not his decision to get the divorce.
Yeah, clearly.
And like, I was
Yikes.
like talking about it with mom, and mom was saying how, like, apparently they, like, actually make jokes about how much they look alike.
Mm.
And I'm like, I'm sorry,
no,
what?
That's weirdo.
That's disgusting.
That's
That's weird.
weirdo.
Like, what do you mean?
Look,
What do you mean?
That's a no for me.
That just seems like such a red flag.
That's a huge red flag.
Like for
Why
the
did this-
new
Yeah,
wife.
for the new wife. Like, why are you with this man?
God. Like,
That's
you
weird.
can't even be sure he likes you for you. Yikes. That's just your looks. Yikes.
You know, slightly off topic, but you know the show Sister Wives?
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that was so weird. Like, literally, they would sit there and be like, oh, yeah, I'm totally okay with my husband having other wives. But then they'll show scenes where, like, they're jealous of other wives. And I'm like, you signed up for this.
Literally.
You signed up for this madness.
To be fair, though, maybe the first one didn't.
Okay, yeah. The first one, maybe an exception.
Yeah. But, okay, no, so,
But
okay.
she did have a choice to divorce before he decided to start marrying other people. So, there's that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I saw clips and stuff like that last year of the show. 'Cause, like, it still goes on.
Yeah.
And, like, essentially, he ended up having, like, a favorite wife. And so, like, anyone who's not familiar with the show, right? He had 4 sister wives. 3 of them are blondes. One of them is brunette. Guess his favorite.
The brunette.
Yep. And yeah, anyhow, eventually he's not treating anyone good and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure he's only married to one person now, which is the brunette. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the other ones have gotten divorces. I'm pretty sure one of them is dating or engaged or maybe even married to somebody else now or something like that. But yeah.
Wait, okay. So you know when you get divorced and it's like a 50-50 thing?
Mhm.
The first one who got divorced, they get like 50-50 of his stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then the next one would get like half of that half.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Yeah.
next one would get a half of that half.
Yeah. So the
Mhm.
fourth and then
Like
an
you
eighth.
would want to be the first one to
First
get
one out.
Mhm.
That's funny. That's also assuming you have, right? Because I don't even know how like that relationship kind of works. Like, did he help fund stuff, or like was it just like the women work, they get their
remember.
money? I mean, they also had the show, so it's not like they all had like they got money from that.
Yeah.
No doubt, it was a good chunk of change.
I
So
imagine they had to have worked. But
yeah,
man,
Do any of them have
Imagine-
kids?
all
Yeah.
of them have kids. Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
a lot of the kids have kids now.
Ooh, I hope they don't have kids with their cousins because that's weird.
Why would they?
I don't know. It just feels like something that could happen in that whole thing.
Okay,
It's just so weird.
It is weird.
that seems more like a Duggar thing. I feel
Yeah, well, that family's
the
also
19
messed
kids
up.
and counting.
Yeah, that family's messed up.
Messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, because you heard about how like the older brother like
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah.
No. No, but there's this show on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there. But it was like this guy, it's called like something about this guy with 1,000 kids or something. And he's like addicted to donating his sperm or whatever. And literally, like a whole case went on, and they found out this man had at minimum like 600 or 700 kids
But trying to be like Genghis Khan.
across the world. Like he
What
was
the
spreading
heck?
his seed far and wide. And that's just the ones they could confirm. They were like, because he would do things like under the cover, like just meet people in public and be like, and if they like express that they
Like almost
want
like put like a Facebook ad out, like
yeah, like that basically. And so it's like they can't confirm it then, right? All the time, unless the parents decided to come out and say, "Oh yeah, we used him as a donor." But like,
right. Assuming he also gave them their real, like his real information.
yeah, that's true. But then the wildest part was like he was doing it with a partner, and then parents were saying we don't even know if we got his sperm because we could have got the other guy's sperm because they were like cross sperm, whatever. Like they would do like I can't remember if they called it something like roulette or something and put their sperm together and see what like yeah. I was like, yo, this is insane. Like some people really are
cuckoo.
Mentally not there. But yeah.
Guys, in some parts of Europe, most of Europe, I don't know, sperm donors are only allowed to donate their sperm like 3 times.
Yeah, and he
I'm
was
pretty
cheating
sure
the
it's like
system.
here too.
Yeah, and there's laws in pretty much every country, pretty much. But he was like cheating the system and stuff, using fake names, stuff like that. And they were saying like the problem was a lot of these companies that do it don't talk to each other necessarily, so you could register with multiple, even though
no like registry, like this person has donated.
Like, sign a form saying I'm only going to donate with you, but they don't like go
crosstalk.
Yeah, so yeah, insane,
scary.
Yeah, can you get money for donating? How much?
I'm not sure.
I assume
that's a good question. Actually, I would hope
not as much as if a woman donates an egg.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hope less for men because all they got to do is point and shoot. It's a whole procedure for women.
Few minutes. Pump them out.
Yeah. So do stat.
There is.
I feel like it would be so weird, like living knowing that your children are out there somewhere.
Yeah,
like
that
you
would be
have
so
children
strange,
out there somewhere, but you don't know them.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know how many.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, that's why I've never done it. Nor will I.
Donated sperm?
Yeah. Absolutely, Jasmine.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll think about that then. Not donating my sperm.
Me too.
I'll take the weekend. I'll really null it over.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a big decision. So
it is a really big decision. Yeah. But good thing I have my whole life to make that decision, as I can produce sperm my whole life.
Exactly.
Yes.
True.
Unlike women, they can only produce eggs for like a few years.
What the heck?
Right? And then they want to put birth control on us?
Exactly.
I can get pregnant like once a year.
And
this guy can impregnate multiple women every day.
Actually, more than that. Yeah.
What the
That's
heck?
all I'm saying.
No, there was a study for men for male birth control, and they stopped it because men were complaining of like having cramps. It was like
the minor symptom.
I don't even think it was cramps. It was like headaches or something.
Yeah, it was a minor symptom.
Yeah, they stopped it for that reason.
It's insane. I go back on the fact that when a child of the male sex is born, XY chromosomes, vasectomy.
Whoa. When they're born?
Yeah, it's reversible.
Just they can't
Fine.
have children at that age.
That's true. Fine, when they turn like 10. Vasectomy. And then you need to prove to the government that you are ready to take on the responsibility of a child, and then reverse vasectomy. Think of how
Ready in
many
what ways,
resources
though?
would not be
Yeah.
needed for unwanted children.
I mean, like, yes, but like, ready in what way?
I don't know. They'll get figured out down the line. Just start with the vasectomies for now. Or maybe just like women, just like how women can't have children after the age of 50, men need to have a vasectomy once they turn 50.
Okay.
That seems very logical.
I'm not opposed to that.
No. There's no reason to be having a child.
As much as
Adopt!
I, like,
Don't shop!
pretend to
Wait.
like act as if age gap relationships aren't a thing, they definitely are.
Yeah, but think of the reverse. If it was the reverse, if it was like a 60-year-old woman, right, and like a 40-year-old man, it's like, it's not like they can still have, they cannot have a child. She cannot have a child. But then if it's reverse, you're trying to say like, oh, they should still be able to have a kid? I don't know, fam. I don't know.
Just
No.
because biological females are unable to carry a baby at that age, I don't think like the same should be imposed upon men.
It's not even that they're unable to carry a baby. It's the fact that they don't have any more eggs to produce a child. They don't have any viable eggs to produce a child. So men should not have any more viable sperm to produce a child.
Okay, but that's the way God made us. I don't know why you would want to force.
He also made us to live short lives.
No, he didn't actually.
He didn't, no. But up until modern medicine, we were living short lives.
No,
Biblical people
people
lived
was
until like
Biblical people.
900 years old. But that's how he intended us to
Yeah.
be.
But after the flood, it was not so much like that.
Yeah, because we were sinners, and he said, "Your life shall be shortened." And truthfully, I'm not gonna lie. If you live that long in today's age, Jasmine, think about having to work like 800 years.
Dude, the government really would say that. They'd be like,
They
you can
would.
retire at 850 years old.
They really would. They'd be like, "Oh, you want to retire? You got to wait 200 years."
Bro, president age? They'd be like, you can't sign up to be president until you're at least 800 years old.
That's insane.
maybe 100,
Nah, fam, that's like a
maybe
child
70. How?
Let's say then the average age that people will live is like 800. So retirement would be like 650 years. You could maybe run for president at like 200 or 300 years old.
I guess it would depend.
That's insane, bro.
It would really depend because, like, if you still mature at the age of 18, like we do now,
True.
That's
Oh, that's
true.
do
Honestly,
you just
if you still
have
mature
a
at the age of
longer
18
like?
and you have a longer life, there's no point in living. Like, what? Why? Why?
You know, I feel like this is a topic for another day.
yeah.
I feel like we could have a lot to say on this conversation.
Agreed.
We could.
Maybe we'll hit you with that on the next step, guys.
Yeah.
We'll
I mean-
see.
To live or not to live? That's the question.
Long. To live long.
No.
Thank you. Or to die young. And we can just exit with that song real quick.
Oh, the If I Die Young.
Yeah. Don't actually sing it though. We don't want to get
I'm not. That's why I said it with words.
Just sing it in your head.
All right. And on
well,
that note, I feel as though this very long weekend has been long. I mean, wait, week. It's not weekend yet.
Nah, bro. Nah.
She's
We're almost
on
there.
one.
It's been a long week, guys. Our brains
One more
are
day.
agree.
fried.
One more.
We'll see you next week.
Au revoir, c'est la vie.
Thanks for tuning in. See you all next week.
Peace out.